everyone. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to the Healing Truth channel. I am the Mystic Healer. I am a spiritual empowerment, personal development, life coach. I'm also a motivational speaker, and I am a mentor, and I love to spread healing truths. So I thank you guys for your love and support on this evening. Really quick, the message and the jewels for today is I love to connect with the divine. And this is messages coming straight from the divine that I like to give to those of you who can relate to these things, because I feel like it's so important for us to be able to express these things and the experiences that we have so that we can all grow as one and not use it as a negative, but take what we hear and what you hear and self-evaluate ourselves and figure out what are the changes we can make within ourselves when we encounter these challenges. How do we respond? Are we feeding it? Are we, avoiding it? Or are we at peace with certain things, the way we handle it? So I know many of you can relate, but what I had to learn this, what some people think about me has nothing to do with me. And I say this because a lot of us have gone through life with this. I know me personally from my own personal experience. I know some of y'all can relate to that. When and not saying that any of us are perfect, but for the most part, a lot of us who move in integrity and honesty and try to treat people good. None of us are perfect. We are not, none of us are without flaws. But on this journey teaches us growth. It teaches us to go within, constantly going within to within ourselves and say, okay, these are the things I need to work on for myself, because these are some this can be a hindrance to some of my relationships. These can be some barriers. These can be some issues. And sometimes, even as some of us look at ourselves and we say, okay, I think I'm just me personally, I can say this now. I know I'm a good woman. I know I'm a good person. I try to treat people well, but it took me a moment in time to get to this point in my life where I had to look back at the things that I've done, the behaviors, the way I handle things in my life, not so good choices, and forgive myself and know that now on this journey, we're forever evolving. So we're not only learning how to go within and look at the things, it can be small little things. Sometimes it's so quick for us to look at the things that other people are doing to us, but we don't want to go within and point out some of the things that may be affecting some of our relationships. And it could, even if you're not someone who's just, none of us are perfect. It could be little things. It could be something as simple for a lot of us good people out there. It could be something as simple as just constantly being in a situation and just constantly putting yourself in situations where you're not evolving. So where I was going with this whole term, where as far as what other people think of me. So what other people think of you has nothing to do with you. So when I said all that, I said that to say this. It took me a minute to get to where I am today in this energy, to be able to look deeper as to why people sometimes treat you the way they do. Why sometimes some people form their own ideology of what they think you are or who they think you are. This one thing I'm going to say about myself. Anybody that's ever dealt with me, anybody has ever come across my path or dealt with me on a personal level, know my energy. Know I'm a good person. Know I like to treat people well. I never said I was a perfect person, but for the most part, I try to treat people with love. I try to be in my love energy. So when I've gotten to the point where, people that kind of familiar with you, and it's so easy for them to have formed their own negative judgment on you. It had to put me in a state of mind to be at peace with knowing whatever they're battling has nothing to do with me. Because that's where you're at peace within you. You can say, okay, I know the type of person I am. I'm not going to have to prove that to anyone. Once you start getting to the point where I don't have to prove anything to anyone, once you get to the point where I know the type of person I am, I know I'm a good human being. So what other people are saying and judging and thinking about you, it all goes back to whatever they're battling with within them. I had to get to that point, family. And that's what you have to get to. If this is for anyone who is going through this or have gone through this, my way of handling things like that, as I've gone on my journey of growth, because trust and believe you me, I haven't always been this way. It took me a process of going within, connecting to the divine, understanding who I am, cutting out a lot of things that was not helping me grow mentally. Well, we got to understand it's bigger than just saying I'm going to do something, stopping for a little bit and not really going within. That you have all of these internal challenges that you're battling with, and you don't want to work on them. You don't want to start to do what's necessary to heal those issues. This is a lot of problem with people who constantly judging, talking about a person, never have nothing nice to say, just jealous and you can't, you have to send those type of people love and light. Unless they cross a certain boundary, you gonna get love and light. Because I'm the type of person like this. I'm not going to act like I never gotten to the point where I've snapped and I've done impulsive things and made bad choices, because that would be me sitting here being a hypocrite and lying. Okay. But I had to look back at those things and say, okay, what can I do to become better? To be more in my healing energy, to show that I don't have to have a toxic reaction to things that people attack you with. This one thing about me, family, I will always defend my character. Always. There's nothing wrong with defending your character. It's a way you could defend your character with love and light. Sometimes people don't like when you defend your character, because it's so easy for people to form their own opinions and judgments of you. But that's when you build that confidence in knowing. No, we don't always have to prove anything to anyone, but you got to also know when people don't want you to defend your character, who you are. It don't always have to be a negative attack. It's just, it's all about, okay, that's how you feel. That's what you say. But I know what type of person I am. And that's all that matters. So when you have people who talk about you, judge you, families, stay in your truth of who you are. Because you got to look at it like this. A lot of the times when people spend their lives just talking about people and trying to bring people down, they're having their own battles. So once you're able to really tap into understanding, that's when you become powerful. Never allow anyone to get power over you. And that's one of my shorts that I did, y'all. Don't allow anyone to live rent-free in your head. Because you have people who spend their lives in misery. We have so much to be thankful for. It's about embracing the little things and loving the little things. It's about, once you're understanding and learning the truths of this divine energy, this planet, you can embrace it and stand in your power standing true to yourself, understanding that things change in this life and everything has to evolve. We just so happen to all be in the age that we are here for such a time as this. We all have the opportunity to change this planet by doing the necessary inner work, opening our minds to the truths and letting go of beliefs, standing in our powers, not wanting to be controlled. Stop holding on to things and feelings and emotions and beliefs and control and what we think life is really about, this whole 3D matrix system, because it could be here today and gone tomorrow. That's why it's so important to focus on the beautiful things in your life, the truths of this planet that's being given to us by the divine, because even the Most High is tired. So that's just what I wanted to come through on this Saturday, family. You know, for a lot of you guys who tapping into my videos and I'm trying to figure out who I am, just keep on watching. You know, for those of you who show me a little love and support, at the end of the day, I'm not I gotta get like type of woman. I need the likes. I do it for the likes. No, I don't do it for the likes, because reach one, teach one. I know if I'm touching one, that's a lot to me. I got out of that energy of caring about what people think, caring about who's supporting, who's not, because support to me comes from a higher power. And I learned that